start with our next experiment, that is pH and electrical conductivity of solid sample. For this, we need to take 10 gram of 0.22 mm seed sample. So this is our soil sample, which is seed. So we will take 10 gram of this sample. So we will come to weight balance. So here we will weigh exactly 10 gram of sample, which is seed. So you can decide the amount of sample depending upon the volume. So it is not compulsory that you have to take 10 gram. You can even work on 1 gram also. So in this case we will take 5 gram of sample. So this is 5 gram of sample we have taken. Next we have to add in the conical flask. So we have taken 250 ml conical flask. We have added 5 gram of soil sample. Then we have to add distilled water in the proportion of 1:10. That means we have to add 50 ml of distilled water. So this is distilled water. So we will measure 50 ml of distilled water. So this will measure 50 ml of distilled water. So we have added distilled water plus sample. The ratio you have to maintain is 1:10. So if you want to take 1 gram of sample, you can take 1 gram of sample also. But the proportion should be in 1:10. So this sample has to be shaken in horizontal shaker for 2 hours. So this is horizontal shaker in which we will keep our sample. So it will shake for 2 hours. This thing is necessary to avoid the shaking and splashing of this beaker. So we will start that shaker. So we have to start the shaker and it should rotate at 200 rpm. So this is indicating the rpm. And this is how the shaker will rotate. So sample will keep on rotating like this so that everything which is there in the solid waste will get diluted into the liquid. So that means it will be transfer of solid to the liquid portion. So after 2 hours we have to remove the sample. So for you, we have already prepared a 2-hour sample. So it will look something like this. So we have to take the supernatant. That means we have to allow it to settle the solid particle for half an hour. Then we have to take the supernatant of this. That means only liquid portion we have to take. So we will take out the liquid portion from this solid sample. See that only solid sample is there, or otherwise you have other option also. That means we can filter the sample. So as per the presence of solids, we can use the filter paper. So we will just filter so that only the liquid portion comes out. So we have filtration. This is simple filtration process. We have other forced filtration process also, where we use mechanical suction pump to forcefully suck the water from the solid sample. So it will take some time, that means almost half an hour, to get total sample separated. So we will not require that much sample. We will just need 40 ml of sample will be more than enough. So we will try to take only 40 ml as fast as we can. Or you have other procedure also. To remove the solids, you can use the other machine which we have, that is centrifuge. Wait a second. So we have other type also. That means you can centrifuge the sample. So in that case, what will happen? Solid part will get settled out, and only the liquid part will be on the top. So that is fastest method, you can say. Followed by we have a suction method, and this is the least, that is normal filtration. So for our pH and EC measurement, we need to have at least 40. So we will wait till 40. So I will just show you the centrifuge machine. So that is the centrifuge machine. So the working is like, in this case, you have to keep your sample in tube like this. So in this tube, you have to keep your sample. So this is the cap and this. So this is right now determination of or removal of dye removal using some adsorbent. So this is what the solid part I was telling you. So this is solid part which will be settling out, and only the liquid part will be on the bottom, on the top, sorry. So this, so this is where we have to fit the sample, followed by we have to close this, and then we have to rotate. That means rotate this machine in the speed of 2000. That is minimum RPM should be 2000. So next, I think we have received our almost 40 ml sample. Almost, that means we will. Okay, it will be okay to measure the pH and EC. So next, we will switch on the pH meter. So this is tabletop pH meter we have. For EC measurement, we will use portable. So this is portable pH, EC and TDS measurement device. So we will use both, that is combination of tabletop and this one. So first we will measure the pH with tabletop. So this is showing system 361. So this is name of machine you can call. So we want to check pH. So we have use pH. Then we have to press enter. So it is saying can't read the probe. So just about set the temperature as 27 degrees centigrade, which is the current temperature of this lab or room. So this is pH electrode and this is electrode solution. You can see. So before using this pH electrode, we need to wash it so that the contaminants, if previously were available, will be washed out. Then we have to clean it with tissue paper. Then over here it is showing put solution. So that means then finally we will put it in the solution. So that is beaker we have put it. So next will be enter. So it will take 15-second time to read the pH of solid sample which we have right now. So the approximate pH is 7. You have to wait for 1 to 2 minutes till the reading gets stable. So I think 7.97. 7.97. So we will take the pH of the sample as 7.97. Then again we will wash it with distilled water. So we have washed it. Then we will keep it in the solution. So that was pH. Next is EC for the same sample which we have used. That is this. So this is pH meter, pH and EC meter. So we will just measure the EC. So right now it is showing pH. So we will go to other tab. So this is EC. So we will put a sample. This. So the reading will be, the unit is ms. So the EC is 1.09 at 26 degrees centigrade. So 26, 27 will be okay. So just write on both the reading, and then again to this also we have to clean. So I think this is all for today. pH and EC we have calculated. Thank you.